Hello and welcome to This Time Africa. As you know, This Time Africa showcases our African men and women, our businesses, politics, emerging leaders, African interests, African people, African presidents, all African. But the question always is, what's on this time? Yes, so we are back in the studios of Africa today, and this is This Time Africa. As you know, we're bringing you people from around the globe, and as the world becomes a global village, today we're speaking with the director and founder of Expounding Boundaries International in the person of Leticia Nortey, who happens to come from Ghana. Hello and welcome to the show, Leticia.
Thank you.
All right, it's so great having you. So the name Expounding Boundaries International tickles my curiosity. How did you come about with that name, and what is it all about?
Well, thanks for asking. Whilst I was in college, I had a privilege to study abroad in China. So whilst I was there, I started this blog called Expanding Boundaries without really knowing much about what I was doing or what I was thinking about. But the program that I used to go to China was through the U.S. government. So out of that, I had a follow-up project. The request was, when I come back, I got to share with people my experience and let them know that, okay, I went to China and this is my experience and this is how I did it. And the more I kept sharing it, the more I realized that people didn't know exactly what study abroad is, what exchange program is. So I had to now, I realized that within our African communities, within our Black communities or the minorities, they had no idea that the government has these resources for them to travel. And
yes,
that's how this expanding boundary came about.
It really, really tickles my curiosity, and I'm glad because I am also a beneficiary of an international exchange visitors program, because I came from Sierra Leone to the USAID, where I did women democratic enhancements. So I am familiar with it, but as you say, not everybody is familiar. So let's talk about it a little bit. Expounding Boundaries International. And so your program typically focuses on children.
Yes.
Is that right?
So it focuses on from middle school and up. So anybody that is in middle school, high school, college, and even professionals that want to travel overseas, we help them to find out what is your passion, what do you want to do, all those stuff, and then we guide them by helping them find their scholarships and everything that they need to travel overseas. So that's how we started off. So as we kept on giving these information sessions and stuff, we got more inquiries about, Miss Leticia, do you have a study abroad program? If you have it, then we will go with you, because we realized that it wasn't more about resources or whatever, it was about familiarity, the fear of the unknown, because okay, I can see you, so I will go with you, but the person that I don't know, I will not be willing to give my child to go overseas with. So that's how we ended up doing more programs and stuff.
So when did you start this?
I went to China in 2008.
Okay.
So when I came back, I would say around 2010, once I was done with college, I started getting more serious about this thing, about this organization. But it was more volunteer. I did not register for it, nothing. I was just giving out all my time and everything until 2014. I really decided to take it a little bit step further, okay, to register for the nonprofit.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Okay, so now you are a registered
yes,
nonprofit. We have all your status correct.
Yes, 501c and everything.
You have 501c established. So if you have sponsors that want to sponsor you, you have all your papers right.
Yes,
that's a very good thing to do. And so, what do these exchange programs gear towards? Is it just are they cultural, education? Are they curtailed into any particular areas of interest for the kids?
One thing I keep telling people is that when it comes to exchange program, just as the world is very diverse, and when we go to the White House right now, we have the cook, we have the cleaner, we have different kinds of different kinds of business background or business expertise over there. So all hands on deck.
Okay.
So when it comes to exchange program, anybody, any field, if you love sports, there's a program for sports. If you love fashion, there's a program for that. If you're somebody that is religious, a pastor, there's a program for that. Whatever it is, there's a program that the U.S. government have for that. If you like engineering, science, all those stuff, the government has programs for everything that you have passion for. And the other thing is that most students is like, oh, I'm interested in sports, so there is nothing in there for me. There is something in there for everybody. If the government needs all hands on deck, the same thing. And the main reason for this program is that when grown-ups, or when we, the grown-ups, when we travel overseas, the government, people see us as we already have our own ideology about who the United States is. So the U.S. government is stressing the young ones to be the diplomat of who America is.
Yes.
Because they will welcome them more than they welcome the grown-ups.
Because they have an open mind, I will assume.
Yes, yes. So kids, the goal is that allow more Americans to go out of the country so they can give a perspective of what America is all about.
Okay, so giving a perspective of what America is all about, but also helping those here in America to see what is on the other side.
Yes.
Because I don't think that everything that is reported is what it is.
Yes.
So I think that also, what would you say about that?
Well, I keep telling my student that before I went to China, what I knew about China was based on my history books and what I'm watching from the Chinese movies and stuff. And I'm thinking that when I go there, it's going to be pagodas. Just the buildings are going to be pagodas. When I got there, and it's these huge high-rise buildings, and it was more developed than what the movies were showing me. Yeah. So I always say that go and see it for yourself. Seeing is believing.
Okay. So that's good. I mean, seeing is definitely believing, because then you are able to have first-hand information for yourself. So where are you at with the program now? You started, say, about 2010. Have you been on any of the exchange programs? Have you taken any kids? Are you in the piloting stage? Take us through the journey of where you are at now.
Right now, we are in the piloting stage, and when we started off, we tried to reach out to counselors, to some schools to find out. So we were going to schools to give presentations and stuff. And I quite remember I went to New York, one of the schools in New York Academy. I forgot, Thurgood Marshall. And I gave a presentation, and one of the students came to me that they're not ready for college. But they just found out this information in their 12th grade year. They are getting ready to go to college. And it was like the student was very angry that how come nobody told me that I have options. So that really broke my heart, that this information is there, but it's not everyone that is getting this information. And we have students that go to college and they stay in college for 1 year undecided, whilst they could have done an exchange program. They could have done a volunteer for a year or even for a summertime.
While they're trying to make up their mind as to
while they're trying to make up their mind. So they go and they waste the money that they could have used to really do a gap year, like we heard Malia Obama doing a gap year. And everybody said, oh my God, what is a gap year? But these programs has been there for years. But we are not telling, most people don't know about it, so they're not taking advantage of these programs.
So I think you should probably elaborate on that, because it's very interesting. When you say exchange program, some people go, I mean, it's like the Peace Corps. They will go maybe like 3 weeks and teach and come back. And you're sowing great seeds in the lives and the minds of people. But for people who are probably listening and students, I think you need to elaborate on that. What does the exchange program look like? You're in college, you're in high school. How does it work?
Okay, so for the exchange program, an example is you are in 10th grade. You're getting ready to go to 11th grade and you are in high school. You talk to your guiding counselor that this is a program. They have the Yes Abroad, they have the Kennedy Lugar Abroad, they have many of them. So you talk to your counselor that this is what you want to do, and your counselor will guide you. So the program that the courses that you're supposed to take in your 11th grade year, you can take them overseas. And then when you come back, you go to your 12th grade year and you graduate with your your peers.
Oh.
So you are not missing anything. Some people ask themselves, oh, I want to graduate on time. But you can
So
graduate
are they
on time.
credentialed programs?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You are giving, it's not like a wasted time.
Okay, it's not just international visitors.
No.
You're credentialed.
Yes,
Okay.
you get credits for the courses that you are taking. You get to stay with a homeschool, a home stay parent. So they give you a parent that you stay with, especially when you are in high school. You get to stay with someone that will be your mom and dad or your parent whilst you are overseas.
Okay.
And they will make sure that your school, everything is taken care of. And if the U.S. government does not just say, hey, you got a program, you just go. They give you orientations and everything to prepare you to get ready for the program.
Oh, okay, so you do have like counselors that work with the kids or people that want to go generally. So who are you partnering with? Do you have partners that help you? So
our organization partners with the U.S. government called an initiative that came up, which is called Generation Study Abroad. And Generation Study Abroad was more to diversify study abroad programs because when we look at the data, it was 78% Caucasians that were studying abroad, and it was 5 point something African Americans, and the rest were like 5 point something for Hispanics and stuff. So they looked at the data and they realized that it's not that many minorities really traveling. Yes. So they came up with this initiative called Generation Study Abroad. And that's when we partner with them to make sure that we become a voice among the voice to spread this information.
Well, I'm glad that you are here and we're talking about this because this is raising awareness. But other than that, how do you advertise? How do you let people know what you're doing? Because I think this is so awesome that people need to hear about it.
We've tried sending emails out, talking to nonprofit,
social media,
yes, and hosting our own information sessions in places that is mostly low-income places, because we realize that some parents will not have the time to go and find this research, and find this information for the students. So we go out there to make sure that everybody get this information in the, I don't want to say the remote area in America here, but places that people will less think about to send that kind of information out.
So it's good to really reach everybody and breaking the boundaries exactly. So that's, how do you get the children though? How are you able to get them? Are you going to schools? Do you just go to parents, to the churches, the mosque, where you go?
We try giving presentations to anybody that sends us an invitation that can you come and share this program information with our students. We will rush out and we will go and give that presentation. And then, like I was saying, we have had information sessions where we just rent a facility. And we give them, when they come, it's a presentation about what exactly is study abroad. If you want to start, where do you start from? What are the myths? We try to debunk some of the myths that they are thinking about. I quite remember there was one student, we had a presentation, and the student was telling me that if the stay-home parent or the host family are gonna cook for her, then she will not eat because it is not her mom's food. So I was like, oh my God, how am I gonna answer this question? Because I don't have any answer.
I know exactly how to answer that question. Hold your thought, because I know that even if your mom does not cook, but this is all the reason why we need to break those boundaries. Coming up, reaching the unreachable. We're here with Expounding Boundaries International. Leticia Nortey is the founder. We'll be right back.
Do you want to promote your business? Do you want to talk about your nonprofit organization? Do you want to talk about your culture? Introducing the online web TV, Africa Today. We are live every Sunday at 3 p.m. Our shows are 3 p.m. Sunday Guests with Elaine Pierre. 4 p.m. This Time Africa with San Natilda Banga. 5 p.m. Transformation Point with Dr. Natalie Kamsudomo. 5:30 Cyber Connect with Jean Bosco Fogham. You can watch us live at the same time on 4 platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and using the Africa Today app. Download our app today for Android or Apple. Promote your business today. For more information, go to www.africtoday.com. Afric Today, the best of digital TV.
Hello and welcome. We are back again with Leticia Nortey, the founder and director of Expounding Boundaries International. And so before we left, we were talking about removing the roadblocks for international studies. And I would like you to tell us about the projects that you have. I know you're planning to probably bring some children from
Ghana.
From Ghana?
Yes.
Okay, tell us about it.
So we have 3 programs as of now.
Okay.
We have the passport initiative where we want to give free passport out to anybody that is in need of a passport. And then we have the summer STEM exchange program.
Okay.
And then we have the expand your boundaries, get out, travel, explore your city.
Okay.
So these 3 programs are the main one. So the main one that we're focusing on right now is the summer exchange program,
Okay.
where we are bringing 20 students from Ghana along with their teachers to come to the Baltimore, Maryland to collaborate with their peers here in Baltimore.
Okay.
So it'll be a STEM camp where we get the robotics and everything for them so they can come and explore exactly what is STEM and robotics and stuff. And then when they are done, they can have a competition among themselves.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I see. All right. So, and it's called what again? It's called the STEAM program.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people, we all the time we talk about STEM. So what is the STEAM?
So this is science, technology, engineering, arts, mathematics, and mathematics and what is it? STEM and mathematics. So.
Okay.
Is science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics. So that's a STEM program.
Okay.
So we're going to focus on all that. So it's going to be mainly based on science and cultural experience for the student.
Okay. And how many children are we talking about?
We're talking about 20 students.
And what would be their age group or the range of ages?
We have the students are from the age of 14 to 16
Okay.
coming from Ghana. And then we have 20 students also from the US collaborating with them here. So in total, it will be 40 students plus the community here in Baltimore who will be coming together to welcome these students.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's really, really amazing. I think you're doing a great job. But are you able to handle this alone? I'm sure you need help.
Yeah, of course.
Tell me about it. Tell me about the help that you need.
Yeah.
What are your areas of need? Let the viewers hear about it.
Okay, so we have partnered with Full Blast STEM in Baltimore, Maryland, and they are the main instructors because they already teach robotics. They already teach science projects within the Baltimore City schools.
Okay.
So they will be the one that we've partnered with, and it doesn't come cheap. Our budget is almost over 100,000. So we have 20 students, and we are worried about flights for them from Ghana to come to the US. We are worried about accommodation for them. We are worried about even the robotic kits because we want every student to come back to leave from Maryland to Ghana with something in their hands that
Yes.
we came to the US, we built some robotic stuff, and this is what we are taking back home, like the 3D printing and all this stuff. We want to teach them all these things because the kids come in some of the kids, they walk like over an hour to go to school. Their parents are farmers. They're not the privileged kids. They are in the outskirts of Ghana, so they are not in the city. So this is like a lifetime experience for them.
Exactly. And I really, truly appreciate you for doing that. But what would you like to say to people who are probably teachers? Like, who are your focus sponsors? Who are your focus sponsors?
So right now our goal is to connect even the Ghanaian teachers. So connect the Ghanaian teachers with the American teachers here,
okay.
or even connecting teachers globally.
Okay.
That is a long-term project that we're working on, where teachers from Africa, Europe, America, they can come together and share ideas and even do sabbatical in their colleague schools and stuff. So that is the goal, that we are reaching out to teachers or educators here that are willing to help other underprivileged teachers in Africa to learn more about what they are doing right and what they are doing wrong, so that they can share ideas and stuff.
How about the hotels? Because, you know, they're going to
Yes.
need accommodation.
Yes.
Maybe you need to send a message to hoteliers, people who have
Yes.
motels, or even schools. If it is during summer break, maybe some schools that are
Yes.
important.
So our another need or another plea is that airline providers, if we can
Yes.
even get airline the points, airline flights, a cheaper flight, or even a free flight for some of our students, that would be great. And hotel accommodation, reaching out to restaurants, people they can say, hey, you can bring your student here for a day for a free meal, those kind of stuff. And transportation people, because we will be going to different places like the African American Museum. We will be traveling to different national landmarks, and we need that kind of help with even drivers. We need help with the health professionals, because the kids are going to come, and in case of any, God forbid, in case of any emergency, we're going to need help with a health professional who is a volunteer to be among us. So all these helps we are in need of.
Great, great. So have you had challenges, I'm sure, about getting these kids from their parents? What has there been a drawback? Have parents been like willing to just let their children participate?
When it comes to Ghana, or when it comes to Africa, you know that would not be a problem. Our biggest roadblock was initially we wanted to take the kids from the US to go to Ghana, but that was the little roadblock that we had. So we decided that bring the kids from Ghana to US here, let them have a face of who these Ghanaian kids are, so they will be willing to go to Ghana the following year to meet their peers. But the Ghanaian parents, they were ready. They wanted to. I cannot even express how they came together to bring their little money to help with some of the kids didn't have even birth certificates. So they have to go get birth certificates and all those stuff. So they were more than ready to jump on to help their kids, even though they don't have the resources that they are looking for.
For the people who are listening, can you just share with us probably a couple of benefits that the children are going to get from all of this? And then if you can, please give us your website as well.
Okay, so this is really, really dear. I cannot express it. We didn't just go to Ghana and say, let's pick anybody. We went and we picked the people that are really in need. There was this teacher, he was teaching Microsoft Office on the blackboard. It is his student that we have reached out to bring them. Even the school, they don't even have internet. Microsoft was able to help to donate something, to donate computers to the students. But there is no internet. They are just learning Microsoft without internet. I cannot express the need for them. Like they have hope, they have ambition of what they want to do, but the environment is limiting them. So we want them to see outside Ghana.
Correct. They
have never even traveled beyond that 20-mile radius of where they live. So our goal is to expose them to what is beyond in their world, and then they can take back this experience and say, hey, I came to the US, I learned something about robotics, some STEM programs. Let me go back to Ghana. What can I really bring back? What can I do to contribute to my community?
All right.
Yeah.
And how can we reach you?
So you can reach us at expandingboundaries.org, which is I think she will type it out, but
yeah, we're gonna type it out.
Yeah,
expanding
boundaries, and my email is L as in Lucy Nortey at expandingboundaries.org, And my cell, which is the easiest way you can reach me, is 240-394-0434. 240-394-0434. Thank you.
So what can we be expecting sometime in August in this summer?
So this summer, as we are waiting for the Ghana case to get ready, we still got to get our American case engaged and involved.
How so?
So August 18, God willing, we are going to the African American Museum in DC, and the case in Baltimore. I cannot express that they need this stuff. They need the exposure. So our goal is that once a month or once in a while, take them to Philadelphia, take them to New York, help them to see that Baltimore is not the only place in America here, but there are other communities. So the goal is like expand your boundaries one city at a time. So we're going to be going to city after city to explore. If they can go outside the U.S., we want them to also explore their communities here in America.
All right.
So this summer we're going to DC. From Baltimore to DC.
To DC.
Yes.
What a better place to start than DC. I think DC is the right place to start. Do you have people that are working with you that are going to support you? What's your team like?
Our team is more of volunteers.
Volunteers, okay.
Yes, it's more volunteers that we are working with. Everything that we do is volunteer. None of us are being paid for anything, and even it's coming out of our own pocket to do stuff for the students. So even with our the DC trip, if you can help with even transportation help or for food help, that would be great. We have people that just come in and say we can volunteer 2 hours or 2 hours in a week or 2 hours in a month, and they just come on board and then they come and help volunteer.
Okay.
So that's how it is.
All right. So let me go back from where we started.
Okay.
Why do you think expanding the boundary is important?
Expanding boundaries is important because our goal is to give information as much as we can. Information is key. If you don't have information, you are blind just walking. So we just want to give as many information about exchange program, as many information about traveling, even for working professionals. They have programs for them. Information is needed, and above all, exchange of ideas, cross-cultural ideas. Because I came from Ghana, and going to high school here, I was bullied because I was from Africa, and it was like, oh yes, I'm living on trees, and there is
Is it about the accent?
Yes.
So let me share this before we wrap up and bring the curtain down. And I came and I went to a 7-Eleven and I asked for something. And he said, oh, you have an accent. I said, my dollar does not have an accent. Just sell to me what I want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we all go through that accent thing, but I'm glad that we are all breaking the boundaries,
yes,
and we are expanding, and we got to do what we got to do to make sure that things happen. I see your program as not only a seed, but I see it as a legacy for the kids that are behind us.
Thank you.
So one more time before I drop the curtain, please again give your information and just encourage the sponsors that would like to support you. One more time as we close.
So again, this is very needed. I cannot. This is like breaking generational curses, because some of these kids have never, they are, it's like we're trying to break from prison, from school to prison pipeline. So give them something out of the blue, out of the norm. They are used to having all these programs, but for whatever reason, they still find themselves in the detention centers and stuff. We want them to see themselves for who they are. Give them something that they have never seen. Help them to find their inner self. So that is the goal. When you travel, you are challenged, and you're able to see who you are. You find what your tenacity, what you are built out. So that is the goal that the kids.
Are you a preacher too?
No.
All right, I need to bring down the curtain down. This is where we drop it with Leticia Nortey, who is the founder and the director of Expounding Boundaries International. Help them to discover their inner selves.
Yes.
It's what we have been talking about as we talk about children vis-a-vis from America to Ghana and Ghana to America. This is This Time Africa. We're here in the studios of Afrique Today. You know how to reach us. Please download the app. Go to www.afriquetoday.com. And you know what? We are on YouTube, we're on Twitter, and you can also watch us on WhatsApp. We have everything here. But guess what? 4 p.m. on Sundays is how you watch me. I am your host, Sia Matilda Banga, and I'll see you next time.